Hey guys, it's Razorquake back with another Transformers review. And today we're taking a look at the Transformers Time to Turn Leader Class Powermaster Optimus Prime. And yeah, starting off in vehicle mode because when I grabbed him he had already been in vehicle mode. So yeah. Starting off with the cab section. Oh wait, one thing to note. This is a repaint and a heavy remold of the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. A heavy remold. So yeah. And this is a homage to the original G1 Powermaster Optimus Prime that came with the Apex armor. I don't have it. I don't have any of the original G1 toys, so I can't really do a comparison for you. But yeah. But except for we don't have the weird engine motor thing. That was actually a pretty cool gimmick though. You don't have the weird engine thing, so you don't have to plug anything in the front to get him to transform. So yeah, that was a pretty cool gimmick though. I honestly kind of wish they brought that stuff back. So moving on to the cab, we got silver on the front grille, nice Autobot symbol, black windshield, nice silver headlights, and little silver vents down here. Mostly this faded red with silver smokestacks, and then there's some blue. It's gonna be kind of hard to see because of my lighting. Like right about there, like you can kind of see right there. There's some blue, and then there's and then the rims are black. So yeah, that's the same thing with all 18 wheels. Well, not 18. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 wheels. There's 10 wheels. It's a 10-wheeler, not an 18-wheeler. Okay. There's some really nice detail in here too. So moving on to the trailer, got some red up here, and some really nice details in there too. And we got some little details there. And if you look in here, if my camera will pick it up, like, if you look closer, you can kind of see a door and a bench in there. I didn't notice that before, which is actually really neat. And moving on, there's some really nice details on here. And then there's the blue stripe, classic blue and white stripe with the Autobot symbol that goes down the side of the trailer. Classic Optimus like. And then there's a lot of nice detail. We got some detail here with gears and stuff. Some more detail with some more gears and some more stuff. Yeah, a lot of nice detail. And also, really nice details on the cab too. You got a ladder with a door there. That's actually really neat. I really am impressed with how much detail's on here. And there are definitely some flaws with it, but I'll get to that once we get to them. On one thing that they did not have to do, if you look down here, they molded in the stabilizers for when he's not attached to the trailer. They actually molded in the little the little trailer stabilizers, which I really think is neat. They did not have to do that, but it is very cool that they did. And I love them for it so much. Moving on to the top of the trailer, a lot of stuff going on here, but that's because of some stuff. And you might notice little ports around him, and I'll get to that once we get there. And pretty much this whole beige color again, and yeah. Back is pretty much blue. And actually, you can open up the back of him. If I can do it, there we go. And you can put somebody small in vehicle mode. Well, you can put somebody in the back there when they're in vehicle mode. I don't have anyone to show that off, but you can put someone in there. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, onto his accessories. He has actually 4 guns, 2 for vehicle mode and 2 for robot mode. So he has this gun. It's kind of like a machine gun, kind of. These are exact copies of the Ultra Magnus guns. It's the same black paint. Actually, I think these might have more of a gloss to them, but I'm not sure. Yeah, really nice detail on the guns, or on this gun. Yeah. And then on to his other gun. Looks a bit less like a machine gun. It looks more like an actual big blaster. But I really like how this looks. Definitely looks like it'll do some damage. And just like the Ultra Magnus toy, these guns can combine. If I can get them to combine. There we go. And you obviously cannot make the Magnus hammer because you don't have the missile pods with this guy, but whatever. Then we have these 2 double-barreled blasters, which go on to, and also there's some really nice detail on these ones too. And there are these little seats in there, and I'll show off what those are for once we get to his final accessory. Well, it actually really isn't an accessory, it's more part of his robot mode, but so there are these holes on the side, and you peg the guns on the side like that. Same thing with this side. And here we go, we have guns on the trailer, which I do like. And if you open up the cab section, if I can do it, we have his Headmaster. And this Headmaster goes by the name of Apex. Oh crap, I popped his legs off. Here's Apex. He has beige colored head and beige colored legs, and the body is red. Yeah, pretty simple. Articulation. His arms can move about up that far. This arm's kind of loose on mine. And then, yeah. One thing to note, on mine, legs are very loose on mine. Very loose. They can move up that far, and they're really loose. He also has knee bend. Yeah, they're really loose, and it bugs me a lot. I'm gonna have to put floor polish on there. So, yeah, here that is. And now is a good time to show off what the seats and the guns are for. So, you can put Apex in here and plop him in there, and boom, you can literally have him in the gun, which is pretty neat. And one other thing you can, oh my god, he's stuck in there. And one other thing you can do, I mentioned a bunch of those little holes on him, on Optimus here. You can, he has little holes in his feet, and you can peg him on literally anywhere on the truck mode. Peg him there, peg him there, peg him up here, on the other side. One spot I like to put him in, I like to put him right here, on the side here. I just think that's like a perfect spot for him to be, if I can get it pegged in there. I like pegging him in right there. I think that's a fun little thing you can do. I just think that's interesting. Anyway, since this is a Headmaster, he does transform into a head, so pretty much bend his knees and then fold the legs up, and here you go. Here's Apex in the head mode of Optimus. Very Orion Pax-like. Very Orion Pax like. Nice blue on the head, and then there's some silver for the face. Very nice blue for the eyes. And through the camera, that little head crest up there looks like it's like an all-spark blue, but that's actually silver. This little head crest up here, that's actually silver, and through the camera, it's coming through as an all-spark blue. Yeah, on the back, yeah, this is pretty much the whole side of the head, so yeah. That's pretty much it for vehicle mode. We spend 10 minutes on the vehicle mode. Moving on to transformation. He also does have a base mode, but I'm not gonna show off the base mode in this video. Because, I mean, I struggle with getting him into base mode, number 1. And number 2, I don't know number 2. But you can combine the base modes with the other leader class figures. Base modes and Triptychon and Fortress Maximus and maybe Metroplex, but I don't think Metroplex. Anyway, moving on to transformation. You want to open up the cab here and take this panel right here. Well, take this panel right here and flip it down. It kind of did it for me. And leave it like that. And then take this piece, flip it up like that so you can access the head. And you want to push the whole head shell up like that. You want it like that. And then you want to close up the chest. And you want to make sure you do this side first, because the Autobot symbol is attached to this side. I'll show you. If I can. Okay, so notice how the Autobot symbol's on this side. It pegs into this little groove here, and you want to tap that in. So, do this side first. Or, close this side first. You want to open up this side first. And then flip that piece down. Because that piece is primarily for base mode. You just want to do that just to access the thing. And then you want to untab. I'm going to show it off on the side. You want to do that. There are these little friction tabs here that you want to pull out. And you want to do that on the other side. If you can do it on the other side. Because I'm actually struggling with doing it on this side for some reason. There we go. Come on, there we go. And there are also tabs that also tab it into place just in case the friction tabs didn't do anything. And now you want to untab this whole section up here and do that. Flip these panels in like that and tab them in like that. And then you want to untab them and swing them down here, and they will tab into place like right there. Do that on the other side, and boom, you have his arms pretty much done. Now moving on down here, let's hope the whole thing doesn't swing down on me. So you want to untab this, swing that down. Actually, you want to actually leave that tabbed in. You want to split here if you can. Oh wait, no. Well, first you want to take this piece, flip it up, and then pull it. Oh my god, this is like, I'm struggling here. You pretty much want to pull everything apart. There we go. You want to pull everything apart there. And then what you want to do here, this can get complicated. You want to pull out here and rotate this whole section down until it tabs in. And do that on the other side. Pull out, rotate, and you'll hear like a click once it's tabbed into place. Then you'll flip out the foot, and then with these back panels here, you want to flip them in, hinge that, and then on the other side, you want to. Oh crap! You did exactly what I didn't want him to do. You want to take the panel, flip it in, and tab it in. Just like that. If I can do it, I'm struggling here. Hold up. Okay. If I can actually get that tabbed in, because I can't get it tabbed in. I think it's tabbed. That's the best I'm gonna get it, I think. Do that on the other side. Just like that. Booyah. And now, with this whole head section, if I can show it off, but you want to untab that, swing this section around, bring that down. Actually, wait. Slide this down and push that down. Either I did something wrong or something's messed up here. Bring that down like that. Like so. And one of my favorite parts of the transformation, bring this whole section down, tab the chest into place, and then bring this whole section up. The legs are on really nice ratchet joints, so it's kind of hard to move them sometimes, because they're really good ratchet joints. I'll show that off once we get to the articulation. And then, last step, take Apex, transform him. You want to flip this whole helmet piece up, and then peg him in, like that, swing the whole helmet piece down, and there you go. And you also, want to take these shoulder guns and put them on here. Actually, what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to have them pointing up like that. I just don't really like how that looked. Well, hold up. You're supposed to have them up like that, which I don't really, like it. So what I do is I swing these down, and kind of have it like that. Okay. And yeah, here we have Powermaster Optimus in his robot mode. Really like the way his robot mode looks. There's definitely some issues with it, but I'll get to that. Starting up with the head sculpt, I gotta move the camera up since he's a big guy. Very Optimus-like head sculpt, and once again, that head crest is showing up in blue, and that's actually silver. Anyway, blue head with silver face plate, and you can see the eyes from Apex in there. Yeah, back you can pretty much see what's going on there. And yeah, arms, red with the Autobot symbol, with this little beige color thing here. Moving on down, we have some really, really nice detail on the arms too. And then there's the hands. Nice, and then moving on to the chest, we have some really nice silver for the chest. With some really nice detail here. We got some windshield up here to make it look like it's part of the truck mode, but it's not. And then moving on, we got this beige color again down here. Moving on down, his crotch is this beige color with some nice detail. His thighs are this beige color, and his entire shin area is blue, and his feet are blue. Because the whole legs are pretty much everything on here except the whole torso piece, well, except for this back piece, And his chest area and the head are all trailer. Yeah, this guy's the whole robot mode is pretty much made up of his trailer. It's only this whole clamp piece up here that's the truck. Yeah, moving on to the back. You can pretty much see what's going on here. We got the hinge here that the sliding thing is on. And yeah. Moving on to the articulation. His arms can move 360 degrees. Oh, his head goes 360. He also has shoulder joints that move. It's really stiff too. It moves out that far, and I really like how this piece moves up here to accommodate the movement. So yeah. Yeah. If I could get him standing, he has an elbow joint, about that much bent at the elbow. He has a bicep rotation. And then the legs, oh wait, also his hands are articulated. Well, his whole fingers are, for him being able to hold his guns. So yeah, the legs are on really heavy ratchets. They can move up that far, back, back about that far. His knees, well, his knees can bend about that much bend at the knee. And the feet do move. There's no ankle tilt though. And he can hold his guns. So they're not meant for each hand, but one thing on the Ultra Magnus, you pretty much have to like finesse it to get him to hold the guns. Whereas if you look closely in here, there's a slot in the palm of his hand right there that the guns fit into. That's on both sides too. I'm just going to do this gun. So you want to take the gun, slot it in there, and then close up the hand if you can, because it's really stiff. Really stiff. There we go. Here he is with one gun in his hand. And I gotta get the other gun in his hand. They're not meant for each side, I just like putting it like this. And here he is with his guns in his hands. My personal favorite pose to put him in is, if I could just get him in the right position here. Well, I had his legs right the first time. Okay. I'm just gonna put him in my favorite pose to put him in. Here we go. This is my favorite pose to put him in. I really like putting him in this pose. This is how I display him. He has some really nice details throughout the body. And I pointed them all out already. Pretty much. Oh, one thing to mention, that his arms are pretty much completely hollow. And the entire arms have these panels on the side too, so... or on the bottom, so yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do that shot right there. Well, if I can get him in the right shot here. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so that is about it. And should you guys pick this up, I say yes. There's also the Voyager class version that isn't in the Powermaster armor, which I'm still hunting for. And I do not have the Takara version. I do want that with the box set with all the figures that set comes with. The ones, I forgot the name of it, but it's a box set that comes with the Takara version of this guy, but just commissioned from Hasbro. Tidal Wave, that's definitely the figure I want from that set. Metal Hawk, a Thunderwing Titan Master, and I forgot who else. But yeah. I do like this guy a lot. There's definitely some flaws to him, but he's definitely a really nice figure.